oh my God, Bitcoin ordinals are about to be stopped or fully unalived, right? But there's a major trading opportunity in this. Are you getting into it? Because see, one of the devs that works for Bitcoin Core is saying that the Bitcoin ordinals or Bitcoin NFTs on the Bitcoin chain is a bug and they're doing an upgrade to get rid of it. But what major opportunity you could get into here? See, last few months, people have started to put NFTs, whether they're pictures, files, videos, whatever, onto Bitcoin as if it's an NFT. Like when we think of NFTs, we're mostly thinking of Ethereum NFTs or even sometimes Solana NFTs. But what people have been doing now is they're now putting stuff on the Bitcoin blockchain as well, which is the safest of them all. So it would make sense to put NFTs on there. And they call these NFTs inscriptions or ordinals. But the people who are working with the programming or upgrades of Bitcoin, they call themselves, the Bitcoin Core, and they realize they think this is a vulnerability because it slows down Bitcoin, making it inefficient, right? And sometimes you can group those NFTs together as a series, like kind of like the Bored Apes series. There's like 1,000 something pictures, or there's the CryptoPunks. And when you group them together, for example, one of them is called Ordi, O-R-D-I, right? And it's basically gone from like near zero to like 50, right? In a matter of 2 or 3 months. It's had an insane run. But what's the trading opportunity? And because of this news that these ordinals or Bitcoin NFTs no longer can be transacted on the Bitcoin blockchain if they pass this upgrade, this ORDI fell from 70 down to like 40. It's just been swinging. It's taken a hammering. So naturally, a lot of people are against doing this upgrade because they felt like putting NFTs on the Bitcoin chain is something that should naturally happen with Bitcoin because that's part of the functions of Bitcoin. So why are people a couple of devs or a couple of tech person trying to stop this movement, this phenomenon on Bitcoin? You should be free, right? Bitcoin's freedom. If Bitcoin's freedom, then how could one or two guys who are just programmers, vote in an upgrade with the miners and stop Bitcoin from recording NFTs or inscriptions or ordinals? The best argument I've seen on this is that, remember, the very first block on the Bitcoin blockchain that was ever printed is called the Bitcoin Genesis block, like in the Bible, Genesis, right? And even Satoshi Nakamoto, the inventor of Bitcoin himself, actually attached an NFT or a Bitcoin ordinal, if you like. And he actually put this LA Times, New York Times article from Jan 2009 on there, right? It's about some banks being on the brinks of a bailout. Of course, Satoshi Nakamoto disappeared and was never to be seen ever again. But that was his way of telling the world of why he created Bitcoin, because he embedded a immutable message into the Genesis block of Bitcoin, like an NFT, right? To say that this is about the banking crisis. This is about the unethical printing of money by the Federal Reserve, by all the banks taking extraordinary risks and stuffing up our economy, right? So people now are arguing, if Satoshi Nakamoto created Bitcoin and he put an NFT into the Genesis block, then who are these devs to tell us, right, that we can't put more NFTs onto the Bitcoin blockchain, right? Where's the freedom in Bitcoin? Where's the decentralization? Where can a couple of techs just control Bitcoin? So the play I'm talking about is, rather than getting into Ordi, O-R-D-I, I am getting to ORD without the I, ORD. This is basically something that is 1,000 times smaller, right? ORDI is like $3 billion in market cap. This one's only like $3 million in market cap. And once again, I will say I am not sponsored. I am not sponsored by any of this. So this ORD is basically about trading and viewing Bitcoin ordinals on the BRC20, trading ecosystem, kind of like the ERC20 system, but for Bitcoin. And so I see this as kind of like an open sea, like, where you trade NFTs, but for Bitcoin NFTs. So this is a high risk, high reward situation here, and lots of risk, because if they do stop the NFTs or ordinals on Bitcoin, then ORDI and the much smaller ORD will all probably go down because it doesn't cease to exist anymore, where you can't transact on it anymore. But however, if they can defeat this upgrade and doesn't let it happen, then ORDI has more room to run, and the much smaller ORD also has much more room to run. But of course, keep in mind the risks, not financial advice. Want to know what happens next? Follow Pablo for more updates.